So this is the perfect setup, that anyone can hope for, right? Pakistan, especially Lahore, it's the hub for all the major universities, right? There are quite a few of them, but specifically Lahore, it has got the best universities in computer science, the best universities in management and engineering, and you know, so many young, talented people rubbing shoulders together all the time. It's the perfect breeding ground for ideas, perfect place where you can engineer dreams, and with the oncoming regulation and everything, you know, sky is the limit. Sky is definitely the limit. Hi, I am Zaid Munir. I am the CEO of Scytalelabs. At Scytalelabs, we are building products for the financial industry, especially the regulated financial industry. And our focus is on emerging tech. Having said that, we build products that are actually satisfying real user needs. And where and which fits in, we definitely think corporate things like blockchain, ZKPs, verified credentials, SSI, so that we can actually have products that are actually needed in the market, not just fluff. That's what the main focus is. So when people talk about blockchain, they try to incorporate that into every product that they can think of. But that's not what our focus is. We try to focus on the actual use case, figure out how to best solve that. And if we can apply blockchain or emerging tech onto it, we definitely do that. I was very much oriented towards academics from the very start. And I remember, I would read at least 2 to 4 books per week. And on the weekends, I would read a novel. So was into reading fiction, reading science. So that always, I was very curious about how the world worked. And then I was lucky enough to be in FAST, where I had excellent teachers, really excellent stuff. And that's what I really like about Lahore. There is no shortage of talent. There are people who want to learn. There is no shortage of mentors. I had been lucky that I had good teachers in my university. Lahore actually finds a way to bring the best people to mentor people. Lahore has got the best universities where the best students are actually learning. And they have this culture where people actually want to push the boundaries of what's possible in teaching and doing. So, Scytalelabs started when I was teaching at UCP. All thanks to the administration over there for being so supportive. So, as we've discussed before, I had access to all the talent. There was so much talented people in the universities, in FAST and at UCP, the best of the best. What happened was I started training them on blockchain. When some of them moved over with me to the company that I was talking about consulting with, they are now at very good positions. The others, we started our own thing, Scytalelabs. Essentially, it started out as once again a consultancy. So one of the clients came to me that they wanted to develop a blockchain infrastructure for a loyalty app. Ultimately, that resulted in a loyalty application for Inter Miami. So they had this huge collaboration with Inter Miami, and X Mana was a loyalty application that was once again for in stadium engagement. It was not a digital thing. It had a very tangible link with the physical. People would come into the stadium, use the app, earn rewards and everything, and then there was blockchain and had things for the clubs and everything. And additionally, I helped them write the white paper and the architecture for the blockchain. That was huge. But then Gabby, he was quite an insane person. He had so many patents around that. So he had like 6 to 8 patents that he had, and around skilled gaming and whatnot. And my team then helped translate those into actual tangible code that was powering the platform. So we have got this huge population that already knows what crypto is. They already have that in their wallets. They know how to keep it secure, and they're trading. So if we can mobilize them or develop products for them that actually matter, then we have got this huge potential where we can have legitimate blockchain products, not just trading, but legitimate products that can be used. So it's very interesting time to be in for the Pakistani market. You have got pro-one use cases, you've got pro-one examples, you have got pro-one legislative frameworks that work. So Pakistan is gradually adopting them, which is a good thing. We have got the Crypto Council; it's very active. There's lots of positive regulation coming in, and then there are sandboxes that are coming in where startups can actually develop products, go to them, and have a legitimate entity. We are also pushing for that. We are developing products that go to sandbox and actual utility in the market growth. Then we have got different utilities and products for the banks that help them with different use cases, expedite them. And then there are some government entities as well that we are talking with, that are actively looking for blockchain enabled solutions. So we're discussing them. We are in very advanced negotiations that how we can implement them. So if you want to, because DeFi and blockchain is not very much highlighted, we can, if we put into perspective what else is going on, then we can have a good picture of that, the engineering prowess that we have. So let's talk about other things. So Genie, that's KSA based startup, that's the ride hailing app. The engineering team is here in Pakistan. Once again, their head of engineering, that's my batch fellow, so I know them personally, and they're doing very good stuff. Kareem, they had their team in Pakistan. Many of the people in their UAE office are Pakistanis, so they are building it. So we are not short of talent. We have a proven track record that we can build, and that's what we're doing. Pakistani products are being built here with Pakistani talent, and they are good products. So there's a lot of potential for Pakistan. That's why I'm currently sitting here in Pakistan, exploring all the options that we have, making the best use of the connections that we have to build meaningful products that move the needle forward. But the positive thing is now Pakistan is actively trying to regulate these things. That's a very big positive. Just to give you a hint, we did not have any VASP. We had no policy for virtual assets, how to handle them. Now there's a committee that is handling that. So we are having active regulation on how to deal with virtual assets. So how could someone have developed asset tokenization, any tokenization thing beforehand? But now that we have that regulatory clarity coming in, startups are jumping in. More and more people are trying to build products because they know they have a path to success. So regulation is good. It is actually help drive innovation and legitimate use cases. The opportunity is huge, So as per Deloitte's estimation, by 2030, this market is gonna hit somewhere around $470 billion, billion with a B. So that's a huge amount of expected growth that this sector is gonna see. And as for Pakistan, we have our estimates around $4 billion of exports, right? And 5% estimated is from blockchain. So that's, we have got massive potential to scale that. Secondly, the mobile penetration is insane, right? It's 80% plus, 200 million mobile users, right? So that these are staggering numbers, right? 80% of the population or more than that is mobile native, is using a mobile. They have access to the internet. 21.5 is the median age. Impressionable, energetic, knowledgeable workers entering the workforce. And then now we have got crypto penetration. We have got, that explains quite a bit that why we have got such a massive user base for crypto, because people are young, people have got access to cell phones, and they are knowledgeable. So the time has never been better for the Pakistani market, for the crypto industry in Pakistan.